Sideline of ball. Lakewood are doing it. They're going to take. He's going to bring down Birdie. Along with a double kill. Dropping fast. Monopoint's there. He's still alive. Wait, second slide. He's got one side. He's got a second. He's taking it. Oh my God. On three. They're all dead.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Summit 2 coverage. Maybe I shouldn't say welcome back, because this is the beginning of the European pre-qualifiers. We've got a cute little 8-team single elimination bracket, and the top 2 will secure themselves a spot in the actual Summit EU event. So we've got 2 best-of-3s coming up today, first of which will be Compass Gaming versus xGame.kz, and this is a pretty good one. We've seen these teams in Star Ladder. Both of them have fared decently well, right in the middle of the pack. Neither of them will be making it to the top 4 to go to the LAN event in Kiev, but neither of them really in danger of relegation either, and they've put up some pretty big matches throughout that group stage. So without much further ado, let's hop right into the draft, and we'll go from there. I will be solo casting today. We've got a lot of Summit 2 coverage, and until people are back in the studio, cough Merlinian gods, we'll be stretched a little bit thin, and we'll be sorry about that. Had to tab out for a second, dealing with some admin issues. I was just about to say I am also the head admin here for these matches, as well as the lead caster, so I've got my hands full with plenty to do. And, well, I'm excited to be here nonetheless. Our second series coming up today will be Legends versus Denial. That's the next one up on the docket for today. So that's scheduled to start in about 3.5 hours' time, but we'll get there when we get there. We'll get started here in this one. Now, Compass Gaming, they'll open up with a Bat Rider Trient first set of picks. They did actually have the first pick here, so they opted for the Bat Rider to get things kicked off. But xGame.kz, they know what they want, and it's the Terror Blade. We haven't seen a hell of a lot of him recently. One of his biggest issues is that early laning phase. He's just so damn squishy. He's got no hit points. And he's pretty easy to pick on in those initial phases. And that's just sort of taking him out of popularity in the hands of a lot of these teams. But apparently xGame, they seem pretty confident. I'm curious where they'll lane him, probably in the safe lane position 1. That's where he's found most commonly. They'll have the Viper here. That's probably your Whatafaka hero, headed towards that mid lane, I think most likely. But wow, these teams really taking their time with this draft. We're about halfway through, and all that bonus time is gone kaput if they've been very cautious with these bans and picks thus far. xGame banning out quite a few hard carries. They want to make sure Terrorblade has everything he needs to make it towards the late game. Dusa as well as Spectre. 2 pretty good heroes at dealing with Terrorblade. I think Dusa in particular. She can clear out illusions pretty damn well, and that Stone Gaze certainly irritating. Now, Razor, the third pick here for Compass Gaming, and they've got sort of a well-rounded draft, some good initiation with the Bat Rider, and it looks like to be an okay game for the Trient Protector. xGame don't really have much in the way of flash push, but Viper will cut right through that living armor in terms of keeping those heroes safe. With those DOTs. So that's one good counter to the Trient there, but I think they may be picking him up more for some pushing prowess than anything else. xGame will grab another great hero to deal with the Trient Protector, and that is the Ancient Apparition. Old Frost Fingers coming out onto the field, and he's just another one of these DOT heroes, and of course he stops the healing regeneration when you're affected by the Ice Blast, so that's just a solid counter to the old living armor just in general.
Ten seconds remaining.
So, sorry, I'm getting reports that our channel is appearing offline, and I'm just double checking to make sure we can see it. There are no match tickers for this game, unfortunately, so it's probably going to be a pretty cozy group, guys. Thank you for joining us. I certainly appreciate it. That's good stuff. And I see our channel online. Looks good to me, showing up in the Twitch directory. I don't know what these crazies are talking about. So, all right, Witch Doctor. Oh, a great combo in those 2 supports. The Witch Doctor and the Trient Protector. Kind of a similar flavor to the Witch Doctor and the Faceless Void. You've got that huge overgrowthy ultimate to lock people in place, and then you've got the Death Ward on
Dire
top of
team
it where you can
ban.
put out a lot of damage. Now, we can't forget about the recent change to Treant Protector, and that is the Aghanim Scepter upgrade. It's pretty interesting. I'm kind of a fan. I've only seen it in pub games. I have yet to see a competitive team actually go for it and
10
make it
seconds
happen with the
remaining.
trees. Ag's upgrade, but it does give him that Eye in the Forest
5
ability, and
seconds
he can
remaining.
basically put an eye on a tree, I think on like a minute cooldown, a 70-second cooldown, and it just gives you
Reserve
vision of that
time.
area, and when he
5
uses his
seconds
ultimate,
remaining.
he can make it happen in that area, and it'll do some extra damage and gives you some crazy initiation. Now, of course, it's not
Radiant
without its
team
counters. You just need to pick up a gem and Quelling Blade, and you'll be able to deal with it just fine. But it's still an interesting choice. We haven't seen a lot of trees, so maybe it's something Compass will go for. You never know with this final pick coming out. They could be looking to throw a curveball, have a core treant coming out, and grab another support. I don't know how likely it is, but we'll consider it a possibility. Final bands, Centaur and the Morphling. I
10
love the Centaur
seconds
band coming out
remaining.
from Compass. And XGame will go ahead and settle on the
Dire
Beastmaster.
team pick.
So that will probably be their off-laner hero. They'll do a safe lane try with the Terror Blade and throw Viper in the mid. I wonder if they'll attempt an aggro try. I don't think Terror Blade is particularly strong in an aggro try lane, but I haven't seen too many teams try it. He's been underutilized, I think, so far in the games we've covered in Starladder EU. So they may try something a little bit interesting. This is a best-of-3 series,
10
worth
seconds
mentioning here.
remaining.
So there is a little bit of wiggle room, and this is the game in the series to try and do something a little
5
bit different,
seconds
maybe catch
remaining.
yourself a quick win. Compass Gaming, they'll grab the Weaver, so it won't be a farming tree. Oh, darn it. That's all right, though. We're not going to get too upset about that. Weaver will probably be their position 1. I think a little debate about that. They'll throw Bat Rider in the off lane. And Afa Ninja, he'll take the Lightning Revenant towards the mid. Of course, the Power of the Razor. He'll be up against What a Fucka's Viper. And we'll have a pretty straightforward game on our hands. So Compass Gaming with the Treant. I don't know, this will be the easiest game for the tree. He'll do well at defending their towers, but in these team fights, that living armor is certainly not going to do a hell of a lot. I think if XGame can secure a lot of farm on this Terror Blade and he gets out of control, they'll have that late game secured, and they've got the Viper to create some space here in the mid game. Same with the Beastmaster, Stallcat. We'll see
10
how much
seconds
farm he's
remaining.
able to pick up. Beastmaster's a hero that's kind of been on the rise recently. We've seen him
5
picked up
seconds
more and
remaining.
more, and I'm excited to see what XGame have in store for him. And here we go. Look at this beautiful overlay. Look at the summit, too. It's all blue and frosty, and looks like they're going to need just a minute here, so we'll be patient. Oh, the glory of pause. This will give us some time to look at the cosmetics. Who's winning the cosmetics game? Oh, the Witch Doctor, the Crow, the Beak. They beaked him. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Beak. It's one of my least favorite Witch Doctor cosmetics. It's all about the Dreaded Dreads. If you're not rocking the Dreaded Dreads, you're doing something wrong. You just have the Celebration of Death taunt, though. It's pretty good stuff. XGame, well, they're not loaded in all the way, but ooh, these Terror Blade, or this Singleton, the Arcana Demon Horns. Look at this guy. Look at it. Wow, he's played a good bit of Terror Blade. Almost 300 kills. We've got a practiced hand here, Mantis. Ooh, you snaky devil. Let's see. That is one bad-looking mofo. That's one bad daddy. You can see into the darkness of his chest. Oh, God. This Beastmaster. Hello. I'm Rexar. I like face paint. Oh, Rexar, you silly goose. He's got the ancestral axes of Karach. Karach. Can't read well. And the black tal or the red talon belt. Very nice. Nice set of cosmetics there. So hopefully this pause isn't too long. Oops, I don't have too much fill here, guys. I don't have too much to entertain you with. It's too early in the morning. I didn't have any jokes prepared. Got to time out a fail copy pasta here. There you go. So I always got mad overlays. I sure do. Oh, man. Well, it's fun to think that I'm the lead admin here. If something goes stale or goes awry, I can be like, listen, boys, I can whip them into shape, you know, tell them what's good. But no, we won't have to do that. These guys know what's going on. Just a quick pause, and we'll get right back into it. Yes, the Naked Greevel. The courier of all couriers. That's not what I'm talking about. And they're using Husky. Oh, I mean Dusky. Dusky the Husky. Oh, look at him. Oh, God, he's a little cutie. Look at this guy. This is the Summit 2 courier, guys. This courier has been brought to you by the Summit 2, by G2A.com, Twitch, and, well, under TB. Oh, Dusky. That is one of the cutest couriers I've ever seen. I swear to you. Look at his little tongue. Look at his eyes. He's so cute. He's wagging. He's so happy to be delivering your cargo. He's got his little pouches. Oh, this little bastard. He's a rare courier. Oh, man. Good stuff. All right. Let's see what KPG's up to. They've got a 5-hero smoke ready to, walking through the Radiant jungle, and they've got a pretty good level 1 fighting team here. They've got this Weaver, got his Shikuchi already. Got him. Will probably be looking for some Leech Seed. Didn't go boots first, but still has some pretty serious kill potential here. xGame, they've got some decent level 1, but right now they're just outnumbered. Let's take a look at Dire Vision. They're going to set the trap here. They're going to hide behind the tree line, hoping xGame will walk forward. They won't fall for it quite yet. xGame positioning themselves very well, recognizing this could be a possibility. And the suspense is building. Dire Ward goes over the tree line. PSM. Smart plays there. Let's look at the Dire Vision. They know exactly what's good. They see this Vengeful Spirit. They're doing the math. Can they close the gap? They've got 3 heroes nearby. Arts is ready. It's an aggro try coming out of KPG, and they're going to try to catch xGame unaware just in general with it. Equal with beautiful positioning. Doesn't walk near the tree line, and we'll just head straight to the lane. xGame, they dodge it, and they will be victorious in this first little pre-skirmish coming out in this first game. So let's introduce some lanes and some rosters here on the Radiant side. We've got xGame.kz. It'll be a safe lane try. Reeves on the Ancient Apparition. Mantis on the position 1 Terrorblade. And that puts Equal on the Vengeful Spirit. What a fuck will be headed mid on the Poisonous Viper. And Stallcat takes the Beastmaster. Old Rexar there to the off lane. Uh-oh. We've got a Haestron on the Trant. One of the scariest heroes to have a Haestron on in the early levels. He's going to be cruising around. He's got the Leech Seed. He's ready to go in. He's hungry for blood. He is ready to kill. We've got a Paralyzing Cask leveled up already, but KPG, they're not going to find the opening. They won't go for it. They're going to play some defense here. And the Haestron will expire. It'll be Gotham playing on the Leafy Treant. Arts will be on the position 1 Weaver, and that puts PSM here on the Witch Doctor. Mid lane, that'll be Ninja playing on the Lightning Revenant Razor up against the Viper, and Gorek will take the safe lane Bat Rider, going blow for blow with the Beastmaster. So this tri-lane should be where the action's at, and here we go. Magic Missile out on to Gotham. We've got Frost Fingers with the buff, but that'll stop them dead in their tracks. Compliments of the Paralyzing Cast coming out from PSM. So a close call with that initial initiation there, but xGame won't find what they're looking for. Now that Chilling Touch will be put on that long cooldown, 50 seconds at level 1. So just tickling them here. Terrorblade goes Metamorphosis level 1, and not a bad way to do it. We've seen kind of a mixture of Terrorblade builds, and even though this does have a long cooldown, it does give you a lot of last-hitting power in that initial set of waves. And he's already 4-0, so not a bad way to do it. And you'll find your level 2 just in plenty of time, and now he's got his Reflection ready to rock and roll. First set of runes come out. Vengeful Spirit rocking the invisibility. The bounty will head towards the top lane, and looks like it will be picked up by Viper. So xGame on the rune control out of the gate. And off to a pretty good start. Weaver's getting good farm down here in the bottom lane, doing a little bit better than that of the Terrorblade. And that should continue on as Vengeful Spirit has rotated about. It looks like Equal will walk all the way towards the top lane. And they'll try to go for a gank here onto Gorek. He's found his level 4, but not enough mana for Firefly right now. This gives him a pretty big opportunity. Beastmaster going for kind of an interesting build here. Wild Axes with a value point in Inner Beast. No Hawk, no Call to Wild. Oh, Gorek, he'll walk right into it. Magic Missile comes out, and that'll be an easy first blood. Stallcat draws it with the wildest axes I've ever seen. They'll chop him down, and that'll make it 1-0 as the offlane Beastmaster gets a little bit of bonus gold there. That nice 600 gold net worth change. Pretty solid. KPG just invade the jungle. They make Reeves' life a little more difficult as he tries to get a bit of lane control back, and they'll be there to absorb it. So, bottom lane, going the way of KPG, I guess you could say. Pretty even trade, all things considered, but Arts does have a bit of a farming advantage over the Terrorblade. Mid is going very well for the Dire. Whatafaka is getting wrecked by Ninja. He is using the static link here, and this is looking a little bit rough. I think Razor should have a bit of an edge, you know, stealing the damage and hurting him, but Viper shouldn't be getting wrecked this hard. This is a pretty sizable disparity. 15-8 compared to the 6-3 Viper. He's even got 2 points in the Nether Toxin here to try and increase his last hitting abilities, and it's just not going so well. And then now you've got this top lane here where Stallcat got the first blood. He's doing well, but is it enough for xGame? What a fuck is getting completely smashed. And I think they could use a rotation to help him out. Forget about ganking the Bat Rider. You need to be ganking this Razor. Equal will deny the bottom rune. Got him just about to pick it up with his branches, but he will be denied. Beastmaster looking for the bounty rune. He'll find it. Has picked up a bottle as well as an Oov. Getting some of those value items early on here, especially since the value is decreased. Oov extra valuable now. Down bottom, thought we were going to see another engagement breakout, but I'm surprised how passive this tri-lane has been. Both sides with a fair bit of kill potential. Leech Seed, very good in these kind of situations. Weaver, also pretty damn good. The Swarm gives you some scouting abilities. He'll probably grab it at level 4 here. And even PSM has found his level 3 where he gets those extra casks and makes him that much more potent. Terrorblade, not the best of tri-lane heroes. Of course, Frost Fingers gives you some help. Chilling Touch is one of the best tri-lane abilities, but Terrorblade is just so damn weak, and they don't have any defensive capabilities here. So I think if they just manned up on him, hit him with a Leech Seed, dropped the hammer, they got a lucky cask that bounced back at him, they could put out a lot of damage. They just have so much sustainability between the Leech Seed, you've got a living armor, and then you've got that first point in the Voodoo Restoration. You're healing like crazy. You can definitely take a fight through the Chilling Touch power. But they won't go for it. Radiant have a Sentry Ward down here in the lane. So Arts can't get up to any crazy work.
Denied.
But they won't even get to use it. It'll just expire, and KPG will just continue to play defensively here. Lane still going the way of the Weaver, but this mid lane, it's still disastrous. Ninja more than doubling the Viper. Whatafaka has been able to find his phase boot, so that's helping him last hit a little bit. And we're seeing a small sign of life here. Razor has his power treads complete, just needs to get his hands on that courier. Needs to get himself the Husky. Where are you, Dusky? Oh, it's back to the boar. Come on, man. I want to see my Dusky. Up in the top lane, Gorik has found some decent farm over the Beastmaster, though. Even though he was the victim of the first blood, he's still finding a lot of CS. He's got his level 6 now, and about 500 gold towards the Blink Dagger. Nothing crazy in terms of his farm, but certainly not bad. Ninja will get initiated on by Stallcat. He is level 6, has the Primal Roar and a double damage. Will get purged, but now in comes the Viper. There's your Viper Strike, and Ninja, he'll go down, and it will be xGame to pull ahead 2-0 in hero kills. It is Beastmaster that gets credit for that kill, and much needed kill on the Razor, as we've talked about. He's farming out of control. That'll knock him down a little bit, takes him away from his net worth, and more importantly, Whatafaka getting some much needed momentum off that. He'll have a Wraith Band coming on the way. And I guess also recovery mode for this Beastmaster. He's getting out farmed up top, so that is good stuff. Let's just take a gander at the graph, and these kills have been enough for xGame to grab a small lead early on, gold and experience-wise, even though they're getting grossly out-farmed in raw CS. We'll see Ninja in some trouble. Rotations coming in, Equal and Reeves. There's your magic missile. Now Reeves puts out the frost buff. Will they have enough to bring him down? Whatafaka doesn't have a Viper Strike, but they don't need it. The Nether Toxin's enough to bring him down, and they'll get another kill on old Razor. That'll make it 3-1 as xGame get another much-needed kill on the Farming Lightning Revenant. It'll knock him down another 200 gold, and all of a sudden that amazing farm he had in this early stage, not looking so hot. Viper up by about 700. The power of the rotations with these aggressive supports, and still think one of the big issues for KPG right now is they haven't done anything with this tri-lane. There's a lot of killing power here. You don't always think of the Treant as the most aggressive hero, but Leech Seed is amazing. PPD has showed us the power of the Leech Seed. He'll get another point in it. Mantis, oh no, he's just standing there. He'll take a Leech Seed. He'll take the Swarm, and now there's this cask. It'll only take one stun, but that's what I'm talking about. Terrorblade's so damn squishy. Just hit him. Just bring him down, and this time they'll get the kill as the supports leave the lane, and they catch him shopping. Hand in the peanut butter, hand in the cookie jar. I don't know what he was doing. He was just standing there half AFK, tabbed out, Googling up some item builds for the Terrorblade there. First kill of the game does come the way of KPG, and got him. He finds a haste rune. He'll have another Leech Seed up, and Equal. He could be in a bit of a sticky wicket, but no. Got him. We'll play it safe. We'll just head back to safety as he branches his way down towards the bottom lane. There's been a big rotation towards the top. xGame.kz will rotate their position 1 and Reeves on the Ancient Apparition to join Stallcat. And they want to pressure this top tier 1 tower. They see Gorak up here, and
well,
looks like they'll put a little bit of pressure on the Bat Rider. Now, he is level 8 with maxed out Firefly, so he could do a little bit of tricky work here, just flying around, wreaking some havoc. Down in the bottom lane, KPG will pressure this tower hard. Glyph has already come out, and it will get finished off by the Dire. Meanwhile, in the top lane, same story, different chapter. Glyph has already been used, and this one will get finished off by the Terrorblade. So tower for tower exchange to get things started. Pretty even. I guess that does benefit KPG a little more, as they are the team that's fallen behind. Bat Rider will find a nice little 30 gold pick-me-up there for taking out the Hawk, as the Beastmaster will look for an opening, but they won't find it. So, glancing at the graphs, we're pretty zeroed out here. xGame still with an experience edge, but the early rotation's working out pretty damn well. We see Terrorblade has now found his Ring of Aquila, grabs his level 6 here momentarily. Viper's found a good bit of recovery farm in the mid lane, now number 1 on the net worth chart. Phase Boots and Mech on the way. He'll have a buckler now to complement his headdress. And he's really starting to come online. That early mech will definitely be good news for the Radiant side. We don't see a mech in production for the Dire, and that always gives you a decent team fight advantage. That's exactly what Viper is going to be wanting to drop the poison hammer, as they say. And KPG won't quite be up to snuff to deal with it. As we've talked about, Treant not going to be mitigating a hell of a lot with his living armor. Reeves down bottom, finding some solo XP now that this tier 1 tower's gone down, but uh-oh, it's a wraparound. Weaver's going to dive it. No bounces from the cask as PSM comes in. Reeves making a lot of space for himself. We'll move into the cubby here, but they've got vision because of that nasty little scarab. Stallcat comes in. Won't be enough to save the Ancient Apparition, and Arts will just walk away essentially unscathed. Instead, they'll find PSM. He takes a poison strike. It's level 2. It's enough to stop him dead in his tracks. There's Beastmaster with the ultimate. Treant comes in. He's not level 6, but what a fucka. He'll take a leech seed. It's enough to bring him down as Arts joins the party. Got him. Will just TP home, decides to cancel it. And Stallcat, he's left all by his lonesome. It's going to be a 2-for-1 down here, and KPG will find a victorious skirmish. Stallcat taking a lot of damage from the Weaver, will make it back to the tower, and this little Shikuchian bastard, he'll make it back. And let's look at the recap. Let's see what's going on. That'll only call it a 1-for-1. It was a 2-for-1, you silly recap. They lost the Ancient Apparition too. Man, I hate when the teamfight recap does that. It needs to be smarter. You got to be smart. Stallcat, you got to be smart too, buddy. You're going to get dove by Arts. He's got a time lapse. It's going to be a dead Beastmaster. That's a killing spree ended. And now Arts getting a lot of momentum off this string of kills here. He'll just be able to time lapse back to safety, and now he's well on his way to a what's that thing called? The thing that Weaver really likes. Got the ultimate orb already, and just a perseverance and a recipe away. He's really in good shape here. Bat Rider with a Blink Dagger already, 11 minutes in, and that's a pretty good timing. He's had a lot of space in this lane, and he hasn't been too active with the lasso, but down bottom, Reeves, he'll get dove once more. Leech Seed, paralyzing cask, and Arts, he'll grab another one. Now they'll come down bottom. They'll look for a counter kill this time. Mantis will start things off with the slow, and Stallcat comes in, drops the Primal Roar, and they'll have enough to bring down the Witch Doctor, so it's a 1-for-1 trade at least. Mid lane, Viper and Ninja going blow for blow. What a fucker. He's going to try to man up onto this. He's got a Viper strike, phase boots. He's thinking about it. But, he needs to be careful. It's going to be a Viper sandwich. I heard it doesn't taste good, but they're going to go for it anyway. Ninja, he'll TP out. Arts and Gorak will sandwich him. PSM will TP in. There's the cask, and we've got a dead Viper on our hands. Down she goes. It's Weaver to pick up another one. It's a killing spree for Arts. 3-0-3. This Weaver now essentially has his perseverance. And he's starting to ball out of control. Look at that net worth. This is getting scary. It was looking okay for xGame in the initial laning phase, but now KPG with a very sizable lead. 2,000 gold, 2,000 experience across the board. They're getting a lot of serious momentum here, folks. And this Blink Rider, we haven't even seen him yet. We haven't even seen him do much with it. And it's just going to get scarier from here. Speaking of the Blink Rider, Mantis, you could be in some trouble, buddy. They ping him out. Bat Rider, if you're going to go, you got to do it soon. There's your Blink over the tree line. Lasso onto the Firefly. But where's the support? Oh, no, they can't get there in time. There's no Tier 1 tower to retreat to. Flame break back. Meanwhile, here, they'll find PSM. We'll check back on it as Mantis gets finished off in the bottom lane. Treant comes in with the Overgrowth to secure the kill. PSM will survive. They can't commit on him, and the Voodoo Restoration enough to keep him alive. So it's yet another kill for KPG, and this time it's on that high-value target in the position 1 Terrorblade. Another decent net worth change going the way of the Dire. Here in the mid lane, oh, we'll see initiation onto Arts. Ice Blast flies through it. PSM on the high ground. The Death Ward doing a hell of a lot of damage. Stallcat, he's just too tanky, though. They'll lose the Witch Doctor. Weaver, he'll waddle away, but just barely. Gorak coming in, no lasso, but he'll blink into the river, looking for some action. Meanwhile, under the tower, the Treant getting a little aggressive, but he won't be able to find a kill. Now, Whatafaka on the high ground. He's on the run. Gorak trying to chase him down. Will he be able to find this? The sticky napalm stacking up. Arts trying to man up here. Has himself some living armor. They'll find the kill on the Viper, but it will cost them their Bat Rider's life. A decent trade is now Arts on a dominating streak, and will be able to make it back to safety. Weaver hopping ahead on that net worth, up by about 50% on the leading farmer of XGame, as he secures yet another kill. Double damage now picked up by the Leafy Tree. Has himself the power treads, and, well, he's having a pretty damn good time. Let's take a look at the levels, see how things are faring. Pretty even across the board. Dire do have an experience advantage, but the support's all pretty comparable. We'll see another initiation here in the mid lane. Ninja taking a lot of damage. The Wild Axes will cut him down as Mantis goes man mode. And they find a needed kill on this Razor. A little mini recap here, and, well, it's not going to give us a hell lot of information. So, Tier 1 tower going to get chipped upon by the Illusions, but we'll take a gander at the graphs once more, and still a decent lead for KPG. All these little skirmishes been working out pretty well for them just in general. And this was such a great game for the Weaver. XGame just have nothing to deal with him. They've got the Primal Roar and the Magic Missile, but that's about it. Ancient Apparition can't do a hell of a lot, and Viper in particular. Hero that Weaver really has no fear against. So you got to prioritize that Primal Roar, but they don't have a hell of a lot to break the Lincolns with either. I guess they've got a little bit. You've got a Viper Strike, and you've got some other stuff. You've got your Reflection, but this Lincoln's it's coming out soon. And this Weaver, oh, he's got it. Oh, pardon me, oh, daddy, Arts, he's got a 15-minute Lincoln's, no boots. He's going straight for it. He's already level 11. Oh my gosh, this Weaver, man, they need to do something. They need to end this streak, get that rubber band coming, and regain some momentum here. Is this Weaver, he'll move into probably maybe some brown boots, get himself a Desolator, and then what are you going to do? Sure, Terrorblade's got a lot of armor, but nobody else does. God, a Desolator would cut through him. Buttered to a warm knife, they'd be melting under the pressure.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Other item progression, have we seen anything else? We talked about the mech on Whatafaka. Terrorblade will find his first real item, and that will be the Drum of Endurance to go with his Aquila and Power Tread. So just going some early skirmish items here. The drums, kind of a core item on the Terrorblade. Really needs those early stats just to beef up a little bit. We've already talked about how squishy he is in the early levels, especially the laning phase. So, yeah, just beefing up. Still only 900 hit points on agility treads, but turning into a bit of a beefcake, and see where it goes from here. Probably a Yasha in his near future. Ooh, PSM on the high ground. There's a ward right there, buddy. They'll see him. Gorak gets revealed. He finds Reeves, blinks over the tree line, right into a death ward. Frost Fingers, good night. And they'll melt the snowball as Ancient Apparition gets taken out. Nice little setup there. PSM turning around, wants to throw a cast, will get Primal Roared. And now support coming in, got him, connects with an Overgrowth. PSM just barely survives for now, but won't be able to seal the deal. Ninja coming around the backside will bring down the Terrorblade. Still a great exchange for KPG already. Got him, has some wand charges, use them. You've got the Nature's Guys, Fred. Oh, he's got it, and he'll be able to live for now. Uses the living armor. Ninja taking some decent damage, but he's dishing out more than he's taken. It's XGame on the defensive. Vengeful Spirit won't be able to TP out, and it will be a 1-for-2, actually a 1-for-3 trade. They killed Frostfingers before that started, so another huge fight for KPG. I thought this mech to no mech advantage would be a big deal, but it kind of isn't. Ice Blast is flying around the map, and nope, not going to catch anything. Looking for the Treant, but not going to find him, as Gotham takes an odd path back to the base. Very heads-up play there. So yeah, this mech just not really doing as much as I thought it would. Now Weaver, he's got himself the Gloves of Haste. Could be the beginnings of a Maelstrom. Could be looking at some Power Treads. Could be a number of things. Could even be a delayed Midas. As some say, when you're ahead, why not just get further ahead? You never know. Could be the way that they're going about it. Tier 1 tower in the mid lane will get denied. Whatafaka secures the last hit there. So that is the second tower kill of the game for the Dire side. Third overall, still just 2-1 in tower count, but well, a nice little deny there. Bounty Rune will get picked up top here. Gorak will throw it in the bottle. He's pretty damn close to a 4-staff to boot, working on those Bat Rider core items. Looks like Witch Doctor's on his way to an urn.
Radiant's bottom
ward
tower
comes down, has
is
got
under
him. Oh, there will be a sentry ward there, buddy. That's unfortunate. That's a full ward wasted, but Yeah, you win some, you lose some when it comes to the ward battles. PSM, whoa, you're in deep there, pal. Walking right on top of a sentry ward himself. Will get chipped away at, but will be able to voodoo restore himself as he heads back to safety, ready to rendezvous with the Weaver in the jungle. And they're actually ready to fight. He's got a death ward at the ready, and this Weaver, he knows no fears. Up top, they will start to pressure this tower a little bit, it looks like, but uh-oh, sentry ward's down. Need to be careful. PSM taking some decent damage from the Terra Blade, but now the death ward comes down, gets taken out pretty quickly. Arts, uh-oh, he gets sundered. The Lincolns gets procced before that. He will be able to get the time-lapse off, but he gets chopped down. Finally, they end the streak on the Weaver, and that's a huge amount of gold going the way of the Viper. Meanwhile, up top here, Equal, he'll get caught inside of the Flaming Lasso. Stallcat comes in and, well, will be able to use the Primal Roar. Won't be enough to save his buddy, even though it does buy him a little bit of time. Gorak and got him in kind of an awkward position here. Got him just getting chopped down by the Viper. Gorak, he's going to suffer a similar flight. And oh no, I said flight. I meant to say plight. It's a 1 for 4. And xGame finally regaining some momentum. Let's look at this recap, and that's what I'm talking about. 1 for 4, 2,400 gold in their favor with another minus 700. That's a 3,000 gold swing. And looking at this graph, all of a sudden, there is a sign of life out of xGame. It was starting to get out of control, but now they shut down this Weaver. They start to close the net worth gap. Mantis has 3,000 gold on his person all of a sudden following that fight. Viper, a pretty comparable amount. What's he got coming out on the Naked Grieval? That's a Yasha. So this is looking to be a little bit better for xGame. And, well, I guess Weaver not untouchable. He will now move into the, the Maelstrom there, getting the Mithril Hammer up. Gloves, just going all out damage. Still no boots, so going kind of man mode here. The Lincolns early on is good, but no boots. I'm not a big fan of the absolute bootless Weaver. I think even just a set of value brown boots do help you out. I mean, you're not Shikuchi'd all the time. You got pretty decent uptime, but it just helps out when you're stuck out of Shikuchi or you get stunned or something. Ooh, Stallcat, he'll be able to make it back. He's now gone Blink Force Staff himself, so just going initiation mode here. Uh-oh, Reeves, he's going to get manned up on Arch. Should be able to secure a kill, but no, what a fuck, it comes in. He's got a mech. Now Art's in some trouble. He'll take a Viper Strike, will be able to Shikuchi away. Ice Blast will be off the money. He has a time lapse, but doesn't really want to use it here, nor does he need it. Will get the Living Armor, and he will Shikuchi to safety. So that time the mech does come in handy, and that keeps their good friend Ancient Apparition alive. Ooh, all right, I got to tab out here. We got the... Okay, looks like Star Ladder China just ended, so once this game is done, we'll be switching over to BTS 1. Very exciting stuff. Oh, all right. The power, the head admin, the lead caster. Too much power for one man. Gotta go Uncle Ben style here. All right. So, right back in it. Where were we? Oh, Mantis, he's going for the Radiance. He's going to get a little bit of that burn coming out. And he's got the Relic already in tow. Pretty good timing for this Terra Blade. That last team fight giving so much momentum to the Radiant side. And just look at this. Weaver was farming so much harder than everyone else. Now Terra Blade closing that gap. Less than 1,000 gold between them. They're feeling so rich that Ancient Apparition will go ahead and pick up a gem. And they'll start going about getting some ward coverage, or getting some ward dominance, I guess I should say, around the map. And now they don't have to worry about the sentry so much. They can man up on this Weaver a little bit more easily, but down bottom, we'll see some movement into the Roche Pit. There is a Radiant Ward on the high ground here. And, oh, pardon me, this one. There's a Dire and a Radiant Ward down. So they should have saw them walk into the pit here. Oh, they'll find a kill on the train as I'm looking at the wards at the pit. Sorry about that one. Looks like an easy kill for the Terra Blade. But will they just hand over this Roche? It looks like it. xGame have lost their bottom tier 2 tower, so they don't really have a great access point to TP to. And they will end up handing this one over. Not the fastest Roche lineup we've seen, but PSM with the sustain, making this a lot easier. Arts will be the one to grab the Aegis of the Immortal, no doubt about that. And does have his Maelstrom complete now. They will TP to the top tower and make the defense. Mantis does now have his Radiance. He did secure that kill. No, pardon me, it was Stallcat that got the kill up top. But still the assist gold helping him out a good bit, and now he's got that Radiance burn coming once he gets a turn with the Courier. So things still looking good for the Radiant side. They've regained all this momentum, and What's the sign of them letting it up? Roche will help out, though. Uh-oh, Gorek, he's smoked up. Looking for some action. Blinks forward over the tree line. Finds Mantis. Interrupts the TP with the flame break. And there's your lasso right into the Death Ward once more. Mantis, no mana, nowhere to go. And a pretty decent kill. This illusion might find a kill on PSM, and it will. Oh, boy, Mantis getting a little bit of a freebie there. Makes it a 1-for-1 when it really should have just been a 1-for-0. A Terrorblade showing us the power of his illusions already. So, not the best time to find a kill on him, though. He's already picked up the recipe for the Radiance, and the damage has kind of been done. Now we'll see in the mid lane, Gorek looking to initiate onto Equal. The Primal Roar comes out for Staff. Oh, they find the kill on the Bat Rider. Equal will still go down to Art. A simple Shikuchi will be enough to bring him down. But Ancient Apparition nowhere to be found, and won't be at risk of losing the gems. Another 1-for-1 trade. Venge for Witch Doctor. Pretty comparable. Support for support. No big deal. Weaver will gain a little bit of extra momentum off of that, however. And now the Viper, he's just going for a value Yasha here, it looks like. Going for that movement speed advantage, and will now just go towards the Aghanim Scepter. Looking to beef it up a little bit, and in about 1,600 gold, he'll find his way into that super short Viper Strike cooldown. KPG getting very aggressive here. Let's take a look at the Dire Vision, and they don't have too many wards down, just really about the Roche Pit and the entryway to the Radiant Jungle, and that's where they're farming right now. Pretty efficient use of the map. Looks like they're eager to fight once more, maybe pressure this Terrorblade. They do ping him out. PSM gets a little bit of vision. Looks like he'll put a ward down, a lane ward in the bottom lane. I thought he might look for the plateau, but nope. Maybe a sign that KPG will look to breach the high ground if they take a successful team fight. Some more core items have come out. BKB now up on the Razor, who is soon to be level 16. And I thought there was another big in here. Oh, Bat Rider. He finds himself the Power Treads. So now moving a little bit faster. Always good news on him. And, well, can TP around, be a little bit more mobile, all that good stuff. Of course, BOTs did get a decent buff in the last patch, 50-second cooldown compared to the 65 of Teleport Scrolls. So, just a good value item in general now. But core on the Bat Rider, nothing surprising. xGame will be the ones to group up in the top lane. It will be a full 5-hero rotation. They want to put some pressure on this tower. Both sides have the glyph available, and it looks like KPG are there already, chipping away at the tier 2 in the mid lane. Weaver doing as much damage as he can, and this tier 2 up top will get glyphed as PSM throws out a cast. One of the illusions will start chipping him down. And this tower will fall if they're not careful. Off to the side, Equal taking a lot of damage, will get interrupted as he tries to TP out. It's a close call, but he will not survive. It's a 1-for-0 to get things started. Mantis trying to TP home. It won't happen for him either. Gorek catches him in the lasso. Plenty of damage to bring him down. Mantis looking for the kill. Gets off a big Sunder onto Tree, and will be able to turn it around that way. The living armor keeps Gorek alive. Mantis makes it a 1-for-1, but still loses his life. End of the day, it's a 1-for-2. Neither side loses a tower, and KPG make the successful defense. Positive net worth change going the way of the Dire, about 1,000 gold, and a decent XP change going their way also. Well, power the Sunder right there, reducing that cast point in the last patch, maybe helping him out, a little buff ski. Of course, xGame didn't lose their gem. That's what's really important, still in the hands of the Ancient Apparition. Arts now has a full Mjolnir, and buffing up that attack speed quite a bit. I still think a Desolator would do him fine in this game. We'll see if that's an item route he wants to go for. Just not a lot of armor in general on the Radiant side, except that of Terrorblade. Perhaps that's deterring him here, but everyone else just very low armor. Even the Viper, who is the mech carrier here with a Yasha, not particularly high armor, and that Desolator would still be a pretty big damage buff. Also makes knocking down these towers a lot easier. That's one of the other great things about the Desolator. We'll see initiation in the top lane, or at least an attempt as Gorek goes in. He's thinking about it, won't be able to find initiation range for the lasso, and will be forced back. The Bat Rider has also picked up a gem, but Stallcat, he finds Gorek. Primal Roar, short range Ice Blast. He's now in shatter range, and that'll be the end of the Bat Rider. That freshly picked up gem will hit the deck, but can they pick it up? Oh, KPG will retrieve it. It's PSM that snags it. So minimizing their losses, they are never happy about losing your Bat Rider, but the gem makes that a bigger net worth trade than it has to be. Mantis in the front lines, taking some decent damage here. Stun out on the Gotham. Arts in the front lines. Mantis, he needs to get off a Sunder. Won't be able to find it. They'll lose their Terrorblade and their Viper. Down goes the Beastmaster, and KPG, they take the fight. It's a triple kill for Arts, and this Weaver, He's just too damn big. That was awkward positioning from xGame. They kind of just ran in there willy-nilly like spaghetti arms flopping around like they didn't really have a plan. And they got punished pretty hard. It's a 1-for-3 trade. A big change going the way of KPG. It's soon to be a 1-for-4. Equal will take the Leech Seed, just gets chopped down by the Weaver. They'll lose their Tier 2 tower, and xGame, they may be in territory of conceding a loss here in the first game of this best-of-3 series. Remember, guys, this is single elim. This is going to be do or die coming up in the next game. And KPG off to one hell of a start. This Weaver still just has so much momentum. 10,000 gold, 12,000 experience. It will be a Tier 3 tower kill. Glyphs already been expended. And there are no buybacks available. None whatsoever. They'll all be coming up in just a handful of seconds. But ranged racks fall. Melee racks go down to follow. And KPG will walk away. One lane of barracks richer. Still have that gem. They passed it back over to the Bat Rider, and it looks like upon their retreat, they will attempt to take out the last remaining outer tower for the Radiant side. It will be this Tier 2 here in the top lane, and why the hell not? xGame not really in a great position to contest it. Sunder was still on cooldown in that last little skirmish. Wow, I thought he was level 16. It's at that 80-second cooldown. Pardon me. I thought it was definitely up. Gorak hops in, though. Finds the lasso onto Stallcat. The follow-up damage is there. There's the swap from Equal. It will cost him his life. BKBs have been popped, but Viper just gets juiced. He's not nearly tanky enough. Double kill for Ninja as xGame retreating to the base. They've lost their Tier 2 tower, and I don't know if xGame, or pardon me, KPG were going to continue to press the issue, but now they certainly are. Aghanim's has been picked up on the Razor, and they'll move up towards the high ground. Still no glyph available for quite some time, and they'll just start schmacking this tower. The Lightning Storm with a couple of seconds left will help them out on that front. It'll be the end of the Tier 3, and this is soon to be a double lane of barracks. Another 2-for-0 trade, and KPG just furthering their gold lead by a huge margin in a matter of minutes. Got him, getting clicked down pretty hard, but Art's pressing forward, taking a lot of damage. That'll be the end of the Weaver. Mega kill streak ended. It'll cost him their Ancient Apparition gem. Nope, not going to hit the deck. Looks like he's passed it off before he goes down. Mantis coming out of the base. Perhaps looking for a Sunder. Won't find it. And KPG will back out after losing their Weaver and taking the Tier 3 tower, doing a lot of sure damage to the ranged barracks. They'll be happy with their spoils. They'll head for the hills. And they'll look towards Roche, perhaps. We'll see. The RNG timer coming up here momentarily. Maybe they'll get lucky and it'll be a super fast one and they can just cruise right onto the pit, grab themselves an Aegis, then rinse and repeat. But no, they could only be so lucky. It'll be another 2 minutes before we see Roshan. And well, they'll have to be a little bit patient if that's what they want. Now, item progression. What are we looking at? Come on, Weeva. He's got 4,600 gold. He can invest in something. If he wanted a Desolator, he could just grab it. Go bootsless Weaver, all big items. Do it pure man mode style. Uh-oh, Botafaka down bottom. He'll get fucked on as he gets caught inside of the lasso. Ninja's there. Lightning Storm is on, and well, that'll be the end of it. I said Lightning Storm. It's Eye of the Storm. What am I talking? I'm making up spell names now. Oh, Viper. He's going to take another tumble. And I feel like that's been the moral of the story in all these team fights. Well, this Viper is just falling off. That casual Yasha not doing shit for him. BKB might have helped him out a little bit, but not really. I mean, the Lightning Storm, it's, there again, going to Lightning Storm. Physical going through BKB. Lasso, of course it goes through BKB, so I don't know what this Razor does. He's just getting juiced all around. Look at this. They're feeling so squishy that Stallcat goes back for a 31-minute Vanguard. Oh, man, that's painful. It's rough when you're feeling so squishy that you just have to go back for a belated Vanguard. I guess he's looking at a Crimson Guard here. We'll be able to get a nice D-Ward with his Blink Dagger gem, but I guess a Crimson Guard would come in handy here. It would help to mitigate some decent damage from the Razor and the Weaver together. Just a little bit like, oh, it's flying form, Husky. Husky the Dusky. Dusky the Husky. Oh, a little cutie. Oh, I wanted to zoom in on him, but it looks like a team fight's going to break out. Terrorblade scouting out the Roche pit. He'll be up in about 15 seconds. And KPG, they want the Roche, but so do xGame. Regeneration Rune spawns as they smoke in. xGame, they've got everyone here except Weaver. They're doing a little bit of split push. He does have a TP, and they have this Tier 1 standing, so he can get back into this fight pretty quickly. And he will force xGame to rotate back. We'll see Wadafaka as well as Equal. Head back towards the safe or the top lane here as Mantis. They'll find initiation onto Ninja. He'll be the first to go down as Gorak. He lassos an illusion. Oh no. Now got him. He gets off a decent ultimate here. PSM laying in the damage. They'll bring down Reeves And Art's still alive. He'll TP in now, dropping the hammer. Mantis has a Sunder. Arts needs to be a little careful. He's taking a lot of damage. Wild Axes fly through, and there's the little too wild. They don't do too much damage. It's a 2 for 2. The Greevil, what are you doing, Greevil? He's just hanging out. Oh, man, he almost gets taken out. He'll be able to survive. And, oh, it's an MKB on the Weaver. Oh, Jesus. He's going all damage. I think he's anticipating some evasion items, like maybe a butterfly on this this Viper, but he's not going to have that anytime soon. He's still working on his Aghanims. KPG will repel the engagement, though, and nice plays from the Weaver just to head to the top lane, pull back some of the forces of xGame, and then be able to TP in and clear, kind of take out the trash, if you will. So they'll go down with the Roche Pit, and Aegis of the Immortal goes the way of the Weaver, and KPG once more a few steps closer to securing a win, still holding on to that 15,000 gold and experience advantage. And there's your Crimson Guard out on the Beastmaster. So we'll see if this makes a big difference. It does block a decent amount of damage for that 9-second duration, but it just feels a little bit like too little too late. I mean, Weaver's hitting really, really hard right now, where if you can just take 50 off of that, it's still pretty scary how hard he hits and how quickly he can do it. He will go in for a kill onto Equal up here in the top lane. Mjolnir buff already on. There are your Scarabs to get things started. A nice Chain Lightning proc out of the gate. Equal, can he make it back to his friends in time? No, he cannot. Arts will get broke. His Lincoln's broken. The follow-up damage is here, and Arts, that'll cost you a little bit more than you bargained for. That'll be your Aegis proc. And Alpha Ninja, he comes in, helps clear up the creep wave, and the follow-up damage won't be there. So, traded the Aegis for the Venge. I guess normally not the best of barters, but no, that's all right. I guess Art's just feeling a little aggressive. We'll roll the dice. Treant has a Sange, perhaps looking for a Halberd here, I would imagine. Yule's now up on the Bat Rider, and Witch Doctor, well, he's not going to find an Aghanims anytime soon, but has himself a Ghost Scepter, just playing that position 5, hard support, not getting much farm priority here. That's okay. He still had a couple of key ultimates, and soon to be level 16, which could be a difference maker in this upcoming team fight here. This could be the final hold for xGame.kz. If they can't make it happen here, their base will be in big trouble. They're already down one lane of barracks. The top lane is exposed. They'll just be able to head down bottom. Buyback status, let's take a look at it. Not looking so hot. It's just the Terrorblade that's been able to pull up the gold he needs for a buyback. As KPG move in towards the high ground, looking at the dire vision, they've got a lot of it. Crimson Guard popped right out of the gate. Swap to get things started. Got him in the front lines. Will be able to overgrowth. Now the fight will commence. They'll lose the Beastmaster, Treant, and Vengeful Spirit as the fight begins. It's a 2 for 2 out of the gate, but Arts is the one that's still alive, just dropping the hammer. Mantis has already sundered, and Arts, there's nothing slowing him down at this point. Yules will lock the Terrorblade in place. Down he goes. He will have buyback gold here, burns it right away. The ranged barracks have already fallen, and KPG will be pretty happy with this fight. Whatafaka gets right back into it, and down he goes. Hops right to his death. Will be able to buy back instantly now that extra gold he found, but Mantis, he's the one in big trouble. No Sunder available. Arts chasing him down, doing the damage. Arts taking a lot of damage in return. He's got no time lapse. It'll cost him anything and everything, as he's the one to go down. xGame will make a hold here, but it's a costly one. Viper Strike comes out onto the Witch Doctor, but Yule's Scepter stops the Viper dead in his tracks, and KPG will mount a defense. So 2 buybacks were burned on the Radiant side to make that happen, making it basically a 3 for 4. We'll look at the recap here, and yeah, net worth change still in favor of KPG, 1,400 compared to the 500. But xGame do hold. Now the big problem is they won't be able to do that again. There's nothing stopping KPG from moving into that fight. They didn't have the Aegis when the fight began, and they can just rinse and repeat. Once Weaver comes up, do it once more, except this time he's got the power to right-click a Desolator or whatever other big damage item he wants, maybe just a Reaver towards the beginnings of a Heart. Regardless, Weaver's got enough gold for the beginnings of another core item. And xGame will be low on buybacks, and uh-oh, Viper, he'll get pulled to the high ground here. He's stuck inside of the lasso. Stallcat comes in, Primal Roar out onto Gorak, and maybe overcommitting, but PSM on the low ground. He's having a little dance party there. Gorak will go down as PSM makes it happen. That'll be a 1 for 1. Alpha Ninja coming in onto Equal. He'll try to TP out, but it just won't happen. The Eye of the Storm doing too much damage. And it's the end of the Vengeful Spirit. Bat Rider buys back, and KPG, They want to end it now. They know there's a few heroes in the grave with the Viper dead. They know he doesn't have a buyback. Now Avenge will buy back as well. Glyph is forced out as they go onto the melee barracks in the top lane, and this looks like it will be the end for xGame.kz. Terrorblade coming up. If he gets picked off, I think that will finally be the nail in the coffin. Now the Weaver coming into the lane. He will have himself a Black King bar. 10 seconds of fresh magic immunity for this next team fight. No Glyph available. Mantis, if you've got something to make it happen, you've got to do it now. It's time to pull the trigger, buddy. Ice Blast flying through. Does connect onto the Weaver, but I don't know that that will quite be enough. Now the Tier 3 tower getting clicked down pretty hard. PSM and Alpha Ninja in the front lines. Leaving armor, doing some serious work here. Tier 3 tower goes down. One set of barracks standing between KPG and certain victory. Now the Eye of the Storm used. The range Drax soon to fall. There's the swap in. Alpha Ninja getting targeted down hard. He'll go down to get things started. Oh, Gorak, he grabs an illusion. Vengeful Spirit will go down next, but out comes the Death Ward. Look at it go. As the Ancient Apparition falls, it'll cost him their Witch Doctor, but Weaver secures the kill onto the Terrorblade. Now Beastmaster falls, the buyback from AA, but that's it. What else do they have? Viper will come back up. Arts will zone him out. It'll be the end of their melee barracks as they just go to finally finish it off. And now Mega Creeps will be secured. GG is called, and xGame will concede defeat as KPG, Compass Gaming, take Game 1 of this best-of-3 series in the Summit 2 European Pre-Qualifier. Woo! All right. Well, what an opening game here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, it is best-of-3 series, so we'll have Game 2 coming up in a jiff. I'm Zyori, solo casting away for our 2 best-of-3s today, and we'll be coming back after this short break. Thank you so much for joining us here. Next game coming up next.